Welcome to this edition of Buncombe Life. We're here in beautiful downtown Asheville, and if you're scrolling through the dial and you've landed here, you need to stop here for just a minute and hear what I've got to tell you. We're going to introduce you to Mandy Atkinson in just a minute, and she's going to tell you about a new program that I'm so proud we brought here to Buncombe County, and it could be for you It could be the thing you've been looking for, that place to spend your time and your talent. It could be. So you don't want to miss what we're going to talk about next. Stay tuned. I'm so glad you decided to join us today because we're here with Mandy Atkinson, who is the, I guess, National Director for a program that, like I said a few minutes ago, may be it for you. This may be the thing you've been looking for. You're searching for volunteers, so you hope it is. The program is called let me not mess it up, the Trauma Intervention Program.
Yes.
And I know when I first heard about it, I thought, the what? And why do we need that here?
Exactly.
But I want you to tell me just a little bit about what it is. Let me tell the folks at home, this was a great quote, I thought. Residents of this community who have just experienced a tragedy should not be alone in what may be the worst few hours of their life. If that's not intriguing, I don't know what is. So
exactly.
What is this program?
Well, the Trauma Intervention Program is a program of highly trained citizen volunteers. They go through
Citizen volunteers.
Citizen volunteers, yes. They go through a training, and they are then eligible to be dispatched through the 911 system at the request of emergency responders to the scene of a trauma to provide that practical and emotional support for families going through what is the worst day of their lives.
So give me an example, because this helped me to understand it, a really on the ground example of, let's say I'm a trained volunteer, and we're going to talk about that training in just a minute. I'm a trained volunteer, and I get a call. What might I be called to?
Well, you could be called to a suicide, a car accident, a natural death. Maybe Mr. Jones is playing basketball with his sons in the driveway and he has a heart attack. For his wife and the sons, this is the worst day of their life. They didn't expect this to happen. They don't know what to do. They don't know what steps are next. And so for the volunteer to come in and just be there, a caring presence, but a knowledgeable caring presence. It's kind of like a caring, knowledgeable best friend shows up and can walk them through those horrible first hours.
Because you are not involved with that family. You don't know the family.
Exactly.
So you can be that party that says, okay, I can handle this.
I can be the cool, calm presence and can walk them through what's going to happen over the next few hours and answer their questions and get them to the resources. Buncombe County has a plethora of resources, but people don't know about them. They don't know how to access them.
Especially if you've never needed it.
Exactly, exactly. You didn't expect to need it. So the TIP volunteer has that information at their fingertips, and they can provide that to you, to the survivor, and to walk them through that day and be with them and just kind of guide them.
And this was one of the examples that I thought, I had never thought of that because it's never happened to me. But let's say I'm in a faraway city, let's say New York City.
Yes.
And I'm involved in a terrible accident.
Yes.
And I don't know a soul in New York City.
Absolutely.
One of those volunteers, if they have that program there, could come and help me.
Right, would come alongside you, have access to the local resources, and just kind of help you, whether it's be contacting loved ones, whether it's making plane reservations, whether it's just understanding how the emergency system works and why certain questions are being asked.
Right, and this is a tourist town.
It is.
So I'm sure that happens here.
It does. It does.
Yeah.
So a TIP volunteer can be called. Again, any emergency responder can call for a TIP volunteer. We promise the emergency responders that we will be there within 20 minutes of being requested.
Wow.
So our volunteers need to be responsive and responsible and ready to go.
So this program is now here in Buncombe County and the city of Hendersonville. But it came from the first responders.
It did.
Saying, help us.
It did. I don't think you'll find an emergency responder who doesn't have a story that says, sometime I had to leave, I had to get back into service, but I knew that family needed more help. I hated leaving them. But our emergency responders have a job to do. They have to take care of the immediate, and then they have to move on because they have other people that need them.
Right.
So the emergency responder said, this is a program that fills a void. It fills a void that we have because we have a plethora, again, of resources, but we don't have the connecting mechanism for them.
Right.
So the trauma intervention program can provide that.
So the folks would be, our angel volunteers would be helping, like our city fire department, our EMTs, our sheriff's deputies, all those folks.
Yes, we are partnering with all of the emergency responders in Buncombe County,
Right.
Asheville City Police and Fire, Buncombe County Sheriff and EMS, all the volunteer fire departments, and Hendersonville Police Department and
Right.
Fire Department.
Wow. So if somebody at home is hearing this and they're thinking, you know, I think this is for me. I'm feeling like I might be an angel.
Yes.
Do they need any special skills? Because
They don't.
They don't.
That's it. We will provide all of the training. They do have to attend the training academy,
Right.
and they do have to pass a criminal background check, of course. We
Yeah.
want to make sure that that we're sending quality citizens into these situations. But no, they will receive all of the training from the academy that they will be attending, and we're not looking for anybody with special skills. We're just looking for somebody with a caring heart
That's right. And time.
and time.
Time to spend.
Yes, they must commit to 3 12-hour shifts per month, and during that time they're just on call. If something comes in, they go.
As a TIP volunteer, I'm called out through the 911 system to sit with some people who have just experienced a trauma. When I was a volunteer, I was called out because I'm younger. I'm called out a lot more for teens and children to come and sit with them if they have experienced something. It's easier for them to relate to somebody who is younger. When I was in high school, I went on a call with some football players who were drunk driving down the street and crashed their car into a tree. So I was called to sit with a bunch of the cheerleaders or just other friends, those high school players' families. I sat with people who were also driving and saw the car accident. Even though they didn't know the people in the car at the time, they were still traumatized watching this drunk driver run into the tree. I've also been called to sit out with a young, about 12 or 13-year-old whose mother was murdered. He came home from school, got off the school bus, walked into his house and saw his mom on the floor dead. So they called me out to come and sit with him and provide that support. I think even when families have others around, it's nice to have somebody from the outside come in to sit with you, somebody who has like some more information maybe about what's going on practically, or if they don't have anybody, a lot of times they don't have family close by, or their family is maybe even 2 hours away but aren't at the hospital yet, and they want somebody right now because they've just, like, their whole world has been turned upside down and they need somebody to just come and sit with them. The volunteering is extremely rewarding. I think a lot of times I've been on calls and I leave thinking like, well, I don't really know if I did much. But when you're about to leave and you're saying goodbye to them and they say, thank you for being here, it makes a world of difference. Even though you don't think you did anything or said anything to help that person, when you're leaving, they say, I'm so grateful you were here. And it makes you feel rewarded leaving, having known that you might have not felt like you were a tremendous help, but you were.
I know the training's coming up. We have this program now here in Buncombe County. The
We do.
program is active.
We do.
The first group of trainees.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
It's very exciting.
Yeah.
It's very exciting. The training begins in October, and we're recruiting volunteers now. They can go to our website, which is www.WNC, TIP of Western North Carolina, and look at the training schedule. And once they've enrolled for the training schedule, we'll get them all the materials they need. They'll show up on training, and we're going to launch the program and be rolling on mid-November.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
cool. So, if somebody were to sign up for it and come to the training and it's
Yes.
not for them,
That's okay. That's absolutely okay. First night is orientation night. It's kind of the night where we give you all the information, we give you our expectations, what you can expect back from the program, and make a decision at that point.
Right. And this is in Buncombe County and Henderson County.
It's in Buncombe County and the city of Hendersonville currently.
Okay.
Yes.
So, and if anybody has any questions, we'll put your information on screen and they can check that out. I do want to go just a little further and tell the folks that this program did not start here, but it's 30 years old.
It is 30 years old. It started in San Diego County. Our founder, Wayne Fortin, was a mental health professional, and he was seeing clients that were having a lot of traumas, a lot of residual traumas from something that had happened years ago. And he realized that a lot of what they were experiencing were things that could have been simply fixed if they had gotten the information immediately, or if they had known where to go immediately for resources. And so the birth of the trauma intervention program was there. TIP is now in over 300 cities across the nation.
Wow.
And Buncombe County, Asheville City, Hendersonville are really the first ones in North Carolina, so we're really excited about
always
that.
the first.
Yeah,
You're good
well,
here.
you know, great resources, great
That's right.
community, great citizens, so I think we'll have a great time launching the program. We'll get a lot of response from volunteers who are interested, and we're feeling really good about it.
You're going to create some angels out there.
We are. You know, a lot of times we get feedback from the people that we've assisted, and a lot of times they'll say, you know, I don't remember her name, I don't remember what he looked like, but I do know he was there, and I do know that I don't know what I would have done without him.
And that's the point.
That's the point.
To go in to help and to back away.
And to back away. So we're calling all angels.
That's right, calling all angels. If you think this is for you, I'm telling you, you need to call them. They can call you and talk to you about it.
They can, absolutely. My number is 828-513-0498.
There you go. It could be for you.
The Training Academy will teach you everything you need to know. Many times people say, I would love to do that, but I'm just not sure that I would know what to do. So I would say, come out, go through the training. You will have all the tools that you will need. Most volunteers, including myself, including my daughter, will say that you get more out of it than you give. You have a new appreciation for life. You understand what's going on in the emergency response system so you can be helpful. And even when you're not on a TIP call, when you have a friend or a family member going through a crisis, whether it be a divorce or a job loss, you have the tools to be helpful and to know what to do. We all think that we can call 911 and they'll show up, and they do an amazing job, but there's only so much our emergency responders can do. They show up, they do what they can, but at some point, if somebody has died, their job is done and they need to get back into service. And families don't know what to do. They haven't ever been put in this situation before, so they don't know how to make funeral arrangements, they don't know who to call, they don't know how to shop for a funeral. I mean, there's different prices for everything, and so families just really don't know what's going on, and they have lots of questions. And TIP volunteers are trained with that information, so they're able to provide the answers that the family needs, help them make arrangements, help them walk through that very first day. My very first call was a 1-year-old bathtub drowning. Most parents would say that they would never risk leaving their child in a bathtub, but I will tell you that this call could have happened to anybody. Her bathroom was very close to the front door. Her aunt knocked at the front door. She opened it to let her aunt in, and the 1-year-old tried to climb out, slipped backwards, hit her head, and fell under the water and aspirated a lot of water. It was a very tough call. I was there for 7 hours. I was with Mom the whole day, and I left that call knowing that at least she was not alone on the worst day of her life, that somebody was there with her and somebody helped walk her through that day.
Were you intrigued? Wasn't that interesting? Are you not more proud of your county, your city now for bringing a program like that here? I just think that's going to help so many people, and I hope some of you out there are interested and want to give it a shot. I encourage you, give Mandy a call if you're interested, because this could really, we need it. We need this here. We need some angels here to help some people out. So, as I always say, stay tuned next month. You never know what we'll be bringing you here on Buncombe Live.